Hi, and welcome back to the King of Smut 95 plays Langrisser mobile. Okay, and so this is my next update that I'm doing. Now, I'm getting to a point where I've now, been playing this game for about a year now. It's still not, 365 days because they've got that new quest where you are, trying to get the limited edition skin for Elwyn. And I haven't quite got that there yet because I haven't played 365 days in the game. But calendar-wise, I've played a year, and so one of the first things I managed to do is that one of my first SSRs that I actually picked up, which is Lana. I finally actually managed to get and unlock the bonds on her, and I finally got the confession letter all for that. And of course, that helped me remind me that I first obtained her back in February. So I've now completed 1 year. So I'm going to spend this episode really quickly to see and show you how far I managed to get the game. What the sort of stats and what's the sort of like the layout of my characters and which characters that I've gotten so far in the game. Okay, and so I'll quickly go through that with that. So first of all, let's go through the equipments.
Okay, we'll start with the equipment now. Now, my main characters is Sherry, Leon, Elwyn, Ledis, and Layden. Sherry start with basically, and most of her equipment is all powered up. The only main thing that you may notice is I do have her special armor, which allows her undying when she's attacking. Very useful. Leon is my next major character that I've finished all the bond stuff with. Again, he's being leveled up slowly because I'm not actually trying to get too many of the special mods to level up his armor. Elwyn is relatively one of the newest guys, so so I haven't got him appointed in armor yet. Layden I got fairly early, so he's got most of his stuff in right now. Still trying to level up two things for him. Liana is my main
お姉さんと顔が似てるけど、お姉さんの知り合いだと名乗って慣れ慣れ。
Lana is my main magic user, and again, I've still looking for the right armor and stuff for her. Bozel is one of my new acquisitions as well, so I haven't really leveled him up yet, but I've got some of the special SSR weapons on him, so I'm just starting to build him up as well. Angelina is again one of the early SSRs I managed to pick up. So I've rearranged her a couple of times depending on different weapons and stuff I managed to get her. Landis I'm right now trying to build up, because again he's one of the better tanks in the thing. But again, weapons and that kind of stuff is a little hard for them. Chefenol is currently my main princess buff, and so right now I'm trying to build up her intelligence to hopefully get her Heaven Sanctuary up. Diehard is right now currently holding the the carbon fiber helm, which is normally going to go to Layden, but it's being powered up on him. Rachel is being built up right now again. I'm trying to build up the intelligence, but I haven't got all the things ready yet. Tiaris, okay, she's my second healer, SSR healer that I actually pulled, and again, so getting the items on her ready to go. Zarita is one of the newest SSRs up for that. Yulia is again one of the newer ones as well, so slowly getting into it. So she hasn't got any SSR equipment yet, but again, slowly powering her up, and basically I'll get her bonds and that kind of stuff working soon enough. Listel, okay, so so I've got most of her things going going well there. Jugler, got some of the equipment on him. Again, some more defensive weapons and that kind of stuff. Lanford, again, so he's a work in progress. Claret is something that they're relatively new. Again, I handed all the hand-me-downs from Angelina down to her. Altmuller is also relatively new. So again, after Claret got Altmuller, so I basically had to distribute some of the flyer weapons to him. Young Jessica is also very new. and so it ended up basically handing out a lot of the equipment from Lana down. And then that basically is all the SSR characters that I've gotten, and then I'll go through basically the cross section of the SR characters. Okay, so we'll quickly go through the SRs here. So Grenier is my secondary tank. Freya is my best tank, and then up to when they did the server integration, she was like the 65th highest Freya on the port server. So she was doing pretty good, even though she didn't have that many SSR weapons and that kind of stuff. Matthew is being built up, and he's getting a lot of equipment and that kind of stuff as well. Closest is my another one extra healers. Varna is basically been handed down so many weapons and that kind of stuff because of we get Claret and Altmira recently. Sophia is another one of my mainstay of healers. Hein has still been definitely been pretty much relegated to my as my teleport guy. Almeida I have to basically power up because she's a lot more useful with her debuff and healing abilities, so I gotta power up. Sonya has been carrying mostly weapons and that kind of stuff. Vargas, same thing. Basically all the hand-me-downs from Freya. Lifney, I'm definitely working on trying to get her intelligence up so that I can use her for AoE. Kirikaze and both Silverwolf, basically I've been trying to get their stats up so that I can use them for critical hits and that kind of stuff. Iris I got from the Sakura Wars crossover, again very useful healer. Alfred's is again one of the new characters, I haven't done much with him. Ferriquet, again she's been malugulated types of weapons and that kind of stuff, whatever hand-me-downs I can get from Silverwolf again, that. Emilia, I basically got some had her redone because she got the Queen Scepter. Again, Lance and Emmerich, again, hand-me-downs from Leon, essentially. Oliver is interesting because he's currently carrying the Earler's bow. I haven't got, because I don't have Luna, I'm planning to give it to her. I'll probably give it to Narm, but I'm gonna have to power it up first. I may have to use those epic, things to power that up. All right, so let's just quickly go over the R's really quickly. So Jessica is my main, sort of one of my AOE. Anna is a secondary healer. Lewin basically holds a bunch of different weapons for power up. Lester's got the double axe, which I'm basically powering up as well. Letitia's got an extra Seal Guardian, which again I have to power that up. Dios is carrying my last Knight, which is basically being used for powering up. Keith is holding the extra Peacemaker right now. Pierre is holding my unpowered up Last Rites as well as Loki's Mask. So as soon as I get those powered up, then they'll go to whoever uses them, whatever. Aaron's got one of the mirror armors, which I'm gonna probably end up giving to Leon or maybe even to Freya afterwards. And then of course Gerald and Leia is of course one of my more recent characters I just pulled on the latest banner. Okay, so that's basically all the characters I have by equipment, and then I'll show you some of the other pictures just to show you what the general layout is. Okay, I'll go over the summary here to see which characters I'm missing. Okay, so for the first mobile list, I'm missing Amelia, Astral, and Angelica. So not too bad, got most of them. Langrisser 1 I did pretty well. I'm only just missing the new character Betty, so that's pretty good layout there. Langrisser 2 did also very, very well. That's my favorite one. I'm only missing Bernhard. Langrisser 3, of course, the main one I'm missing is now Luna. I need her for the princess buff, but otherwise I'm doing pretty good on that one. Langrisser 4, just Weiler and Gizerov, so not too significant for me, but need to get that. 5 I was doing fairly well. I mean, just Rainforest and Sigma, but I mean other than that, doing fairly well on that one. The ones I did really bad on are of course the crossover ones. I couldn't get Sakura, even though I've pulled Sumire like 4 times, and of course shows the Sky did really bad. Don't have Leonhard, Estelle, or Joshua, so pretty much all of the 3 main characters. Okay, so now I'm just going to really quickly go through the stats. So I'm just going to start from Sherry here and just basically power through all the stats. Now you may notice that although the max level currently right now is level 68 and I've only got these guys at level 64, basically my rule of thumb is basically all my SSR characters, I'll level them up to at least level 64. And then basically, since I use them all the time for various, for everything from my dailies and and whatnot, I may as well let them naturally gain their experience points up to what up to the max. So I'm not gonna right now concentrate on trying to artificially pump them at this current moment, because once you hit level 70 or whatever, then anything that you use them for, you're not actually gonna gain any experience points. You're actually gonna get 0 for them. So I mean, if I'm gonna save up for XP bottles of stuff, I may as well use it for the lower level characters, let them get up, because I'm not gonna ever really use them except for GW, and of course you don't get much for experience for doing GW with them anyway. So and special events, right? So special events that don't happen all that often. So basically, I'm just going to save up all my experience points bottles for those guys. Meanwhile, those characters, all the SSRs, will get their usage through normal activity and for all events anyway. So they'll gain their level that way. My other thing that I've done is basically for my SR characters. What I've been doing for them is I will level them up to level 63. Okay, so then basically that will basically automatically sort all the characters out automatically. So basically anybody above level 64 will be SSRs, and they'll go right to the top of the list. Anyone who's 63 and 62 will be SR characters, and they'll be all sort of sorted and clumped in the middle. And then basically anyone lower than 62, like level 61, will be all the R characters, which again, I'll use them occasionally in GW, and of course any of the special events which require you to use them for the power ups and extra drops. Make sure all those guys are all powered up and at least semi useful for those type of missions. So that's why I basically powered them up, and have them there. So I'm just going to just quickly go through all these just really quickly, just so that you can see all the various different stats and that kind of stuff in them, in case you have a particular favorite character and you want to see how I've done all of them. But again, for the most part, I've just leveled up, just a couple of the SSRs. I mean, Jessica, for example, I need to use for, to do AOEs for the goblins. Of course, Freya is one of my standard tanks that I like to use. Anna and Amelia, of course, always constantly being used as healers, especially in guild wars and whatnot. So commonly used in that kind of stuff. And again, Gerald and Layla I just pulled. Okay, so the other thing I wanted to really quickly show is the class description. Now, one of the things that that's been quite the feat is that not only have I leveled all these characters up to this particular level, I've also mastered all these characters as well. So every character has the ability to basically power up and use their extra class descriptions on them. And again, some of them I've leveled up more than others. And some of them are like new and I haven't done anything to them yet. And of course, there are situations where I just haven't got any of that particular class stuff yet from the ancient beckoning. I haven't gotten enough of that kind of stuff for them to level them up. But again, just one at least at the get the class advancement all done up, so they are ready to basically start putting them on there. So again, all my characters, including all the R's, have at least now been mastered, and I can now start building, their equipment mastery for all my characters. So again, this gives something for them to work on, and basically at least make them somewhat useful, even for just going through and getting levels for GW, for example.
Okay, so what you're going to do right now is you're going to go down below and click like and click subscribe, and I'll continue giving you more updates on how I can continue with this game. In the next episode, I'm going to basically go over that little magic spot that you want to try to hit when you get to like level 55 to about level 60. And that's a really nice sweet spot to be in there because it changes again what you sort of do and what your function in the game happens to be. I'll get more into that in the next episode, okay? So, until next time, see you again.